Hello, hello, hello. All right, you guys. So while we were out doing some clearance shopping, we ran across a Family Dollar that is getting ready to go out of business. Now, this is actually like my favorite Family Dollar to come to because it's always so neat and organized. But they've got everything must go. Everything is up to 30% off, you guys. Up to. So everything's not 30% off right now. Some stuff is 30% off, but other things are coming up 10% off. So I'm just going to walk around the store and show you guys kind of what I'm seeing at the moment. All right, since we're getting so close to the holidays, I wanted to come over here and see what the toys were at. And right now, they are just 10% off, okay? The toys are just sitting at 10% off in this store. So that's the thing, you guys. When the Family Dollars are going out of business, sometimes they stagger the percentage off. So right now, toys are at 10%. Another one of my favorite areas to come check is always going to be the paper products. So again, the paper products, they are just 10% off in this store. Now, a lot of times when they're going out of business, you can use coupons with these as well. So you can check to see. Now, this one I have a hard time scanning in. I normally cannot scan in this store. So I'm not sure if the coupons are attaching or not. But I know at other Family Dollars, the coupons have been attaching to the paper goods. All right, you guys. So here is something that is actually 30% off. This is going to be your charcoal grill. It was 40. It's now 28 because it's 30% off. And then here is another grill. It was 20, 30% off. So now it's 14. But this is pretty much only thing that I see that's really 30% off. Most of the other items that I'm finding are 10%. Okay, they're 10% off. But just wanted to pop on here real quick and kind of show you guys one of the stores that is closing. And we actually ran into a second Family Dollar that is also closing. Now, this Family Dollar was about, I don't know, about 40 minutes away from the other Family Dollar that was closing. And it's my understanding that this one has been, or they started their closing process sooner than the other store. So this one has got signs up that's saying that the entire store is up to 50% off. Okay, up to 50% off. So we went inside the store just to see what items were at what percentages off. And we saw everything in this store from 10 to 20 to 30. I think we did run across some at 50% items, but right here we see a lot of things that are at 20% off. This is like a lot of Christmas items. Here is something that's 50% off. This was like the men's and the boys belts, which that's a pretty good deal because we don't get deals on belts very often, and belts is something that's really kind of expensive. So now I'm walking here back here to the back wall. We've got boys underwear and t-shirts, men's underwear. All of this is 50% off, and that is a pretty good deal if you are in need of some items like that. Getting them for 50% off. The bedding was still at 20% off in this store. And again, this store, like I said, I think this one has been closing for about a month now. So they're still staggering the discounts, but there's probably some good deals still to be had in this store. I didn't have a lot of time to scan to see if there was any coupons or anything going with this one, so I may try to go back to this store in another week or so just to see if the products have been marked down even further, and also to see if the coupons will actually work when the products are on clearance. Again, still at 10% on the paper products. I don't know. That's like crazy to me that they don't want to go ahead and mark those paper products down. The gift section and party supplies, they were at 50% off. So if you're in need of some of those, that's not a bad deal. But you guys, for me, when I have a store that's closing, I want like paper products to be 50% off, laundry to be 50% off, But what do you guys think? What do you like? When do you start going to go shopping when a store is closing down? I personally like 50% to 90%. Now, 90% is probably my favorite percentage off. And I know by the time you get to 90% off, it's not a whole lot of items left, but that's what I like. Now we're over here by the home decor. Now it's 40% off on the home decor items. So that's not a bad deal either if you are needing some of those products. Maybe if you're setting up house, or you can find some good Christmas gifts at the 40% off. I can't remember. Let's see, what were the towels at? Okay, so the towels and the washcloths again were just at 10% off. To me, 10% off is just not worth it. I mean, in my area, 10% really just pretty much saves you the tax. But I mean, any savings is better than no savings, but I definitely want more than 10%. Okay, so the auto section, this one's at 50% off. Might find some good things in here to make some Christmas gifts with. Put some stocking stuffers, put some like the little car fresheners in the stockings, things like that. We're over here now. We're at the cleaning section. Again, we're just at 10% on this cleaning section. I really can't believe this store has not marked some of these sections down even more. Considering that this one has been closing probably for about a month now, but a lot of the sections, you guys, were still at 10% off. I think this, I can't remember what the kind of the baskets were. Okay, 20%. So the laundry accessories, they are at 20% off in this store that's closing. And then they also still had like a clearance section. As I was leaving out, I think I noticed they still had some clearance items in the insecticides, 20% off. Trying to see what else did they have. Oh, laundry. Laundry was something else that I really wanted to check to see what percentage off they were at. And the laundry was just at 10%, you guys. 10%. I really wish they would at least do 30% on the laundry. 50% would be better though. 50% off of laundry products, especially when you can stack them with some coupons, that would be worth shopping at. But 10% just does not get me excited at all. Storage is still at 10%. Again, just does not excite me at all on the 10%. But I did want to come on here, share with you guys what I'm seeing with the Family Dollars now when they're closing. Now, back when they first started closing a bunch of the Family Dollars, they immediately went to 50% on the first day, and it was a madhouse. Okay, it was a madhouse. So I do understand why they are starting to stagger it. It's probably a lot easier to manage with it being staggered like that. I just wish that they would stagger them a little bit faster, like drop them down to 30 and 50, 75, 90% off a little bit faster. But we will see how these go. I will go back and visit these two stores that are closing to see if I can catch any great deals. And if I do, I will be sure to let you guys know.